Hello, today we're going to be talking about the history of purple. Have you ever wondered why it's the color of royalty? Well, I'll explain that. So, the first purple ever found was actually in Neolithic France from about 2500 BC to sometime around 1600 BC. It was found in caves from cavemen painting the walls. Anyway, as time progressed, the main source of purple was Tyrian purple from modern-day Lebanon. The Phoenicians used to make it and trade it all about. Now they've been doing this since about the 15th century BCE, or 1600 BCE. And it became a symbol of sort of royalty because it was very expensive and only royal people could really get to it. And there's been talk of it in the Iliad and the Odyssey, as well as the Bible, of like rich people using it. Now, as time went on, the Romans started buying it, and a lot of the Etruscans like making their purple, like using purple for their tongas. And they would walk around in purple tongas to show that they're rich. Now, the purple of this time was so expensive as it required thousands of sea mollusks just to create a tiny little bit. Now, this money is why it's the color of royalty, because only royals could use it. This continued until the Ottomans took away its imperial status after they took over Constantinople in the 1400s. It still continued, but the Pope eventually said no more purple for all the cardinals, as they just couldn't get it any longer. But he did make the archbishops and bishops wear it, but this would be a cheap replica of purple mixed from blue and red. Around the 1700s and the 1800s, purple was occasionally worn by rich people like kings, once again, just these rich landowners and the church. Until in 1856, William Henry Perkin, a British chemist, managed to accidentally synthesize purple, kind of turning things on its head. All the rich people liked buying this special kind of purple, but he thought he'd get a better idea and instead industrialize it, making it easily to access for everybody. Now, after this, purple actually did stay a color for royalty. All the royals liked wearing it in their nice pictures. However, a lot of social change groups also liked wearing it as their color. Now that's the history of purple in the West. However, in the East, towards China, things were a bit different. The Chinese did not use sea mollusks to make their purple. Instead, they used to use plants called the purple gromwell. And the purple was expensive in China, as it was hard to attach to things, which made it expensive. However, it was not expensive as other colors as crimson until eventually it changed. Now, that's just a brief history of purple, but that's why it's the color of royalty.